Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have a file here. It's 189 lines of code here. I'm interested in copying it. This is what it looks like. But I have a few links on my webpage that are not behaving the way I want them to. Well, they do behave the way that I programmed them to, but it's very basic placeholder type stuff. This isn't good information. This is just placeholder information. This is hard-coded values. This isn't what we expect from things like, high-tech talk online. Obviously, we expect formatting and implementation of the formatting, right? Check this out. All right. So, what do we have to do? There's individual posts. This isn't good. We have account pages. This isn't good. This is kind of the same page. This is someone else's account. It's supposed to be variable. You should be able to press on someone's account, and it should look like your account, but someone else's account. Right now, the pages look exactly the same. So this is dynamic content. This is what you have JavaScript for. So, lastly, we have the NFT page, and there actually is some functionality here. I can't just do what I'm about to do right now for the account page, which I feel like there might be something else. We got everything right here. This FAQ page is missing something for sure. We obviously would have, we have form analytics. This is something that we want to have later. Oh man, what was that? We have the account page, the tags page, and the post page. That's three. That's what I thought. All right. The tags page, there's that thing. All right, anyway, it's 3 pages we actually have to change. 3 different pages. And, well, okay, since I think for the most part this is actually kind of useless, right? I don't even know if there actually is actual connection to things here. Let me see. Tag ID. So we do indeed run the same kind of setting here. But we have a problem. Why does it even have this post dash number? Is that in the PHP, or I have this one PHP file. It's for handling 404s. This will tell me what it is. So we have div ID, post ID equals matches. Check if it's a numeric ID. Post ID.html. Wait a minute. Post ID. Oh, we're on the tag ID page. Right? Were we on tag ID or post ID? Let's look at post ID. Alright. So it says post number here, when it seems like it should say, oh wow. Look at this. This is a lot of code. I have no idea what it does. That's fascinating. Alright. This is actually just gonna throw me off more. Like fetch post. Okay. We fetch. I gotta look at the Control Shift I. Okay. Jeez. Get post. Something's wrong here. Something has gone seriously wrong here. And so let me go ahead and move this thing right here so I can actually see someone comments. Looks like nobody has even started watching this video yet. Is it not even clear to me that this stream is actually actively going on? Because I think somehow my Wi-Fi might suck. That would be unfortunate to find out that my Wi-Fi sucks. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that I'm running something on my node that I don't need to be. Let's hope. Let's hope that I'm
Wi-Fi
talking.
might suck.
That would be unfortunate to find out that my Wi-Fi sucks.
All
It
right.
has something to do with the fact that I'm running. So, all right, little panic out of the way. What have we accomplished here? Absolutely nothing, right? So, this code, we're just gonna try to trim it. We're gonna go with the good old-fashioned trim down, and I think what we'll find is that the post ID is actually in the thing we want it to be doing. All right, post ID. Post ID, post ID, post ID, post ID, post ID, post ID. Okay. Post. All right. So instead of talk online, it says post and equals page header. Let's give it an ID. All right, page header. And then we want to do document.get element by ID. This thing, and there is some stuff we want to get rid of, right? So let's go ahead and just take a look at it. Right? It should say post. All right. And we kind of want it to load the post, right? We want it to load the post inside of this menu, actually. So, I think we might want to. Maybe that old design had something to it. Okay. Post number, right? Comments goes here. Okay. This really doesn't seem like useful information, to be honest with you. Okay. I'm tweaking. Let's just do this the hard way. All right. What do we want to get rid of here? We want to get rid of pretty much. We like this container. We actually don't necessarily love this. All these posts down here. All right. So let's just go ahead and get rid of all this. And then add it back in as we need it. Because it's just so easy to get, right? Okay. Let's get rid of this form, right? I don't need it. Okay. We don't need all this. This is just a select thing. We don't need this. Oops. We don't need any of this. We don't need the menu. All we need is a giant empty box. Post. Okay. Alright, so now we have something cool we can do, which is grab that thing, right? What we want to do is initiate a script. Oops. First thing we want to do in the script is actually say document get element ID that. I don't remember what it is. So what we're doing is we're getting this PHP, PHP. All right, post ID dot enter HTML, and we're going to console.log it. Console.log document dot get element ID post ID dot enter HTML. All right, and let's reload this page, see what happens. It says null 1016. Okay, interesting, because it seems like there is this, and then this is has this dot enters dot it's null. So that to me, oh man, post ID dot enter HTML document dot enter HTML. All right. Now let's do this. 10. That's what we clicked on. If we go right here, it'll say 13. 13. Easy enough. So now instead of document.getElement by ID, we just say document.getElement by ID. Document.getElement post ID except instead of this, it's page header dot enter HTML plus equals enter HTML and post 13. Wow. And I guess that post is now kind of irrelevant. So let's just literally just have the number, right? It's like, 13. And then let's load the post, right? So now when we load the post, that is where things get interesting, because then we bring in all this stuff. So there's no algorithms. We don't need that. No algorithms. They don't need that. These are going to be nice. These things are going to be nice for sure. These two unquestionably add all of this. Okay. All right. Okay. Oops. Okay. Import all that. Really, I don't even know if we need anything other than this stuff, to be honest with you. So we're going to keep it anyway. We're keeping it anyway, even though I just deleted it. Feels a little bit freeing. All right, now let provider, this is all good stuff right here, right? We let the provider, and then we find the window at Ethereum, and then we start, then we do this create post stuff. Whoa. Now this stuff is, this seems like it should be async. What is this? This is that loads the replies. That could be async, in my opinion. Maybe we just don't have code that's very functional. I do believe that this code will not work if I just did this. The reason for that is that this line's good. This line's good. Let me get to the first line that'll cause a problem. This is the first line that'll cause a problem because there's no create post.enter.html. We need ID equals content. So document.get element by ID content. All right, and let's do content here. Okay. Okay. And now we gotta change this to content as well. Okay. And this display content and this post thing are gonna be a little bit off, right? Because let's comment these things out. Ideally here we get no errors, right? Because we had no errors before, now everything crashes. So what we did is that we used an import statement outside of a module, which is just an absolute crime. I should be executed for it. So alrighty, 13. All right, so this is exactly what I wanted. We just have basically the same thing, no errors, but we added Web3 code. Now, here's the thing. Where are we on the Web3 provider, right? Because this whole thing is doing Web3, but I think it doesn't actually do anything as far as console logging. Or content display, unless we're messing up, right? So this is all like try to get everything working, and then if you do, then we will initiate these objects, but we won't do anything with them. So I think we're getting here, right? Because if we aren't getting here, let me just say console .log forum viewer, and this should not be a null object. So if I'm right about this, we'll get this thing, and there's a bunch of different stuffs. So we want to load post, right? Get posts. Alrighty. So do we need to sign here? We are going to need to sign because it's a post, so it's like editing. So really this is we're going to add a to do here. You get rid of that console, and we're going to say, all right, to do, add post editing capabilities. And then right here, as far as displaying the content, we're going to actually do it. So form viewer, right? So form viewer.getContent. Okay, so this is the point where it's like this document.getElement by ID here, this thing. All right, so document.getElement by enter HTML. We're gonna say let post ID equal document.getElement HTML. All right, daycheddar.html plus equals post ID. All right. That's actually just going to be equals. All right, because there's nothing else in there. And we're going to need a semicolon. And all right, so now we have post ID. Now we want to use post ID down here. That would be reasonable to think that that's what we wanted. So I'm writing that right here. I just say form viewer dot get post post ID. And as I understand it, this actually could, let me just log into the console. Oh, but it's like an await. Is it like an await? Console. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Okay. So it is a promise. All right, so we have all this information. Really, all we care about is number one. Okay, post ID. Get post ID 1. And it's just that link. Oh. Okay. We're going to say await. Let's say let content equals await form viewer I get post ID. Hello, console.log content. This will tell us if we're on the right track. Huh. That content 1. Is that not it? This should be the link. Okay. So then, once you have that, then you want to show the post as it is. And then I guess you want to have like options to edit it or something. So there's got to be a helpers. There is a helpers. I know for a fact. There is something called import helpers. Okay, what's one of these things? So handle URL. Let's see if handle URL and let's see if just handle URL will make a difference. So I really don't know what this is gonna actually return. Right? Handle URL. Okay, so handle URL is a function we have. And let's just, okay, so now that we know that this thing is a URL, let's just say handle URL content 1 and just see what gets returned. All right, let's look here. It's a promise. So let's do an await here. Await. So, okay, so it's just a div with the class being undefined. For some reason, that's a little bit odd, isn't it? That the class would just be undefined like that. You go from the link. So being undefined, class equals undefined, huh? Huh. Okay. But it is something. And so then we say let content equals await that get post. Let equals await content handle URL content. Content 1. And then let's do an output. So right, we want to have the output be exported. So that should be pretty easy. We just have this HTML element that is the container. Document.get element IID content. And what we'll do is say .enter HTML plus equals output. And ideally, this should actually show us something mildly interesting. That is mildly interesting. This is basically what I told it to do. So really no complaints as far as that goes. It would be great for it to be centered. That's really a stylistic thing. So I'll have to go into the CSS for that. Now, that's okay. Useful, right? Okay, what else do we want there to be on this page, though? Like the information about it? Because there's other information that we have, right? Console.log. There's other information about this post than just the content itself. And I want to know why it's undefined. So I want to go into this helpers function. Helpers. If I handle URL, right? So class. Oh. Well, that explains why that, because it's, oh, but that was the text. The content class field was empty. So the content class. Content class. When is this used here? 9 times content class. Class equals. What the heck? Okay. What the heck? We got all these classes. We did not expect this. This is like the British discovering India. All right. So let's go to style CSS. And I guess there's like lots of like video or video class address. Wait, let me see an index. When we do handle URL and index.html, what happens? Handle URL. We only do it once. So what about helpers? Within the helpers should be a bit of a clue. All right, so there's only used 3 times, which are the initial declaration, the call, it's called. So it's only called twice. So the first time the class is tag content, and then the second time it's post dash content. Well, I think that this is post dash content. So we're gonna go out to this post ID content. Where is the output content one, handle URL content one? Whatever I just said, I forgot. We want post dash. What the frick did I just do? All right. Post dash content. And let's see if this works. Let's see if it expands across the whole page. It'd be nice if it did that. Hey, what do you know? What do you know? Now this is actually looking like somebody intentionally designed it to look like this. Oh, it's just a thing. All right. So again, we want to have the same buttons, I think, as before. It's the same button output. Upvote, downvote, add tag, reply. So at the same time, though, we will want the information about it and editing, right? So we'll have to question if you're the post author, right? So let's add a bunch of to-do lists, right? So to do, right, we get the post, right? To do, display, edit. Okay, add post editing capabilities. I already had that, right? So then the other thing we need to do is add the footer and stuff. Okay, and what else is cool about posts? Hey, shout out someone who liked the video, someone who's just popped in, saw me grinding, was like, let me just hit him with the like. Respect. All right. Phew, no one's watching this right now, though. That means I can rest a little. I'm like, honestly, this is like the exact same thing as the tag page, isn't it? Oh, shoot, that is the other thing I wanted to show. The thing I was talking about earlier, I was like, what is the other thing I wanted to do? When you press on a tag, I want it to look, I mean, it looks almost the exact same as the post, doesn't it? Except for it's not formatted and it actually doesn't work. So I think that actually we can go ahead and say, all right, post ID is as good as the tag ID page. And I actually think that these are, if I'm not mistaken, the tag ID page is going to be pretty similar. Yeah, pretty similar length. Like, it seems like it's all manual though, as far as everything being the way it is. And so we can get rid of, oh shoot, but we do want to keep some of the code, right? So wait a minute. Okay, this is, I don't like this code. Web3 social media. Instead of post ID, let's say tag ID. Instead of post ID, let's say tag ID on this page where we're all about tag IDs because it's the tag ID page. Place them all. All right. All right, so does this make sense now? Page header is indeed going to be the same. So no harm in doing that. Document get element ID tag ID. That's interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the, I believe it's going to be the 404 page. If it's a tag, if we just want to treat it like a tag ID, it says tag ID.html. So, all right. So page header done equals tag ID. Wait a minute. If I save this and then refresh the page, does this still work? No, it doesn't. And the reason for that is that it doesn't know what HTML, Doggo 16 doesn't know HTML at 16 here. The tag ID, tag ID. What do you mean we don't have document that get out tag ID enter HTML? We just, okay. That's slightly annoying. Tag name. All right. All right. So now we do have the Doggo logo, and now it's just like, oh, what is this? And this is actually on the actual JavaScript here, because this is me. I'm loading. I'm now loading. Well, we don't need to have. We don't care about form, right? We actually want tag viewer, right? Tag viewer. Tag viewer. And we need actually tag address and tag ABI, not form address tag. We need that for later. Address tag ABI. All right. And now we're actually kind of moving along. Form viewer is not defined at Doggo 49. Let content equals form viewer. Okay, we want tag viewer. Tag viewer dot get modifiable field. Tag viewer dot get. So this is where it's good to tag contract dot get tag details. Get tag details, and then that name. All right, that makes sense. We can remember that. So instead of tag get post, it's going to get tag details, and it should be able to get the tag ID details about Doggo. All right. Well. Okay, we did have this successful log where it does have the thing we want to load at Doggo 50, but there's an error at Doggo 63 helper 63, and this weird thing right here, other 0 helper 60 helper 63. What do you mean str ints with is suddenly not a function? What are you talking about? Okay. All right. So we get the Doggo, we get the tag details, and then what did we do after that? So we get the tag details, and then we just do display tag 2. Okay. Okay, wait, tag details console.log content 2, right? Handle URL content 2, and wait a minute. Post content. Didn't I just have an issue with? Didn't I have an issue with? What's up, people coming in? Viewers, we love you here. Yep. If you donate some money to the Monero in the description, send me $50 billion. I'll double it and send it back to you. All right. What does this look like? We should get some errors, right? Oh, we did not get some errors. This actually shows kind of what I want it to look like. So that's beautiful. Wow. All right. So now we actually do want to actually show a feed now. So I have some, wait, I got to look back at this post ID function, right? because we did, if I'm not mistaken, also have to do a handle ID thing right there, content one. Handle URL. All right, so they didn't like my joke. I made a joke about double and send it back to me, and they didn't think it was funny. Both people left. All right. How in the world did this become undone? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I go here. What the? How did that happen? How did that happen? Post dash content. All right. Alrighty. So now it goes back to full, right? Great, 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 great. Okay, but we also want our random tags to take up the full. We're killing it, really. The thing is different now is that we actually do want to add like a feed on this page to show the tags that have been using it and like tag analytics. So there's going to be more information about the tag will be shown here. All right. So let's just go ahead and add in this tag ID page. Even on the post ID page needs to also be changed because we need to add obviously. Wow, what a great image. Jump. All right. I cracked myself up. What page is that? 12. So somehow this is interesting that somehow this like misses. Why would this get? Why would it work when I go here but not do it here? Is what I'm wondering. This link, when I actually go here, it loads the image. Boom. Right, so I'm wondering if there's something like this. I'm wondering if inside of this helpers, there might be a handle URL where one of them's empty, right? No. It's always tag content or post content. So I just don't know what the difference is between just use it as text, right? Isn't this just going to be perceived as text and then it's like, oh, content, that. But then why would... All right, now I've mind-boggled myself. I have mind-boggled myself through my own coding. I don't know why it just does a regular link, but then the same function loads the actual content. Like every other thing does the thing that it's supposed to. Like, oh, it loads the content from the page. This one loads content from the page, loads content from the page, loads content from the page. This one little page thinks that it's special and it doesn't. And that's fine. But it really frustrates me when I go to look at the page and it calls the same function and actually displays the content. All right, this is the stuff I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. This is the stuff that I that really bothers me as a platform developer. because I think that this is, every link needs to work, and that's difficult to do. But that's part of web development is dealing with the inconveniences of JavaScript and things like that, things of that nature and such. So yeah, let's stop getting bogged down in generalities. This thing, that's kind of issue in JavaScript right now. Like why that like it could take me 5 minutes to figure out how long it would to figure out why that's happening. Why does it treat it differently? It could also take me like 2 hours. So, and it might also just be like something I think of randomly. So it's probably not worth it to work on that right now. Um, all right. No, all right. So let's go ahead and make sure we have what's established as far as the next steps. So obviously every tag, let's look at tag ID. We're going to need post editing. All right. So then this is from tags, right? So we actually need to add feed of posts that have used the tag. Tag analytics. All right, tag analytics. This is actually two separate things. So let's go ahead and set that up. I don't know what that to do is all about. All right, and then display content. Blah 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 blah. Technically, this does do like something that's like, okay, I guess that's what it's supposed to do. Like, it doesn't look broken, right? It doesn't technically look dope. If you press on a picture of a dog that's like small, and then all of a sudden there's a giant picture of a dog, you can't actually be angry, and it says doggo. Like, you're like, that makes sense. All right. Now, looks like the 2 viewers just dropped, which means that the joke that I made earlier wasn't the cause for people to leave. I don't know what causes people to come in and leave. Sometimes I feel like I'll just be like spitting truth, and then that's what causes people to start coming in. Like, I'll just be like, yeah, so like everybody's got to buy into the system and society, and we're all gonna make things good. And then people start coming in. I'm like, I'm really getting into it, and then I'm like, wow, this is like a heck of an area for somebody to walk in. Like, maybe this is the first time that they've ever even seen my channel. And well, all right. So now, right, but at least it has this basic formatting, right? So these account pages don't even have basic formatting. So I think that the part of it is that we can actually just take the tag thing and now make it somebody's account, right? Isn't there like an account.html page or something like that? Am I going crazy for thinking that that would be? Wait a minute, but the tags. Okay, so this stuff just needs to be formatted. This stuff is actually just straight dead ass wrong. All right. Total posts, your posts. Yeah, I don't think any of those actually work. Although these are great ideas. Okay. So let's go into this and we'll copy and do this. All right. So it's the exact same as the tag page right now. Let's copy this. At the top, do we want to say the account or we want to say the account name? Tough questions. For now, we're just going to say account at the top. Okay. Oh, and now we just do add this, 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 and this. And then we do this, and then we do this. And now we've got saved everything, right? But now we're like, wait a minute, I'm on the tag page, I pressed account. This is un-American. We can't have this in our society. We're having technical debt. People are using Windows instead of Linux. I mean, come on. What are we doing, people? All right. So, page header on this one is just going to say account. Yep. Page header on this page, just going to say account. All right. And then they're going to get mad and say account ID, account. Wait a minute. Let's go check something out. All right, let's look it over. PHP, PHP, as the Brits say, as the British bottle. All right. Count. 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 PHP. I'm dynamite. PHP. And I'll win the fight. Solidity is the new PHP. Wake up, people, ladies, gentlemen of the world, coders. All right, where's this thing? All right. Account. Check if it's an Ethereum address. Include HTML. Okay. Okay, so we do have this document.eth address, huh? That's what we're calling it these days. That's what we're calling it these days. ETH address, huh? ETH address. All right. Tag ID. So what we have here is we would want to call this, let's say, eFatty. Okay. Replace. Oh no. What did we just do? Oh man. Now we just gotta go eFatty and look at all the damage we did. All right. Okay, that definitely is not going to be a problem. Because it will be a problem when you do this. Like content equals tag viewer. Yeah, we don't really need a tag viewer. What do we need? We need like an account information viewer, right? We want to query information forum. I think we do want to view the forum. Let's change this back to forum viewer. And let's change this back to forum address. Forum address. Content equals forum viewer. Dot get. We don't even need to do anything here yet. Console. Okay, well, if we're gonna do that, then it would be, but yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that now this should just be a blank page, right? What happens if we reload it? Blank page. Go and that it says account. HTML. It doesn't like 16 here. It doesn't like 16 here. Let ETH ID equals ETH address that enter HTML. Okay, reading of null, reading HTML. Really? Really? So if it matches an Ethereum, oh, because this is the account page, right? So, all right, so we should not get that error if we go to one of these pages. And and it shows it. Interesting. Okay. All right. That's manageable, right? So when it's just your account, it says your account, right? But when it says this guy's account, it just presses on their thing. And then it's like, I'm going to say, either way, kind of want to add a something kind of like, because this is just like, we don't want it to look incomplete or something. We want it to look good. So, I don't know, for something, well, yeah, we want it to look good. We want it to look good. That's for sure. We don't want it to not look good. That would be bad. So, what we'll do, yeah, I mean, we'll leave it blank for now. That's what we'll do. That's what we're doing, at least. To do, to do, let's add information about the account. Oh, man. Add information about the account. Add information about the account. That's just a good idea. And then to do is also display most recent posts by the account. All right. All right, so now let's actually get into some real JavaScript. That's really all just placeholder stuff. This is like a real page that just implements some stuff that I like that it has, but it doesn't actually implement like the consistency because it just like does that thing off the left instead of like putting things into the container box thing. Now that is not what it's supposed to do at all. That was kind of why was it acting slow all of a sudden? It seemed like it was doing that for no reason. That's a good looking page right there. This one doesn't really fit with anything. Now every page but those things is like has that kind of a look to it. It's like boom, all right, everything's kind of on this like blue bar, like main thing. Scroll down, like that's really the formula. Like blue bar at the top, main thing that you're supposed to see. Scroll down, and then like obviously this kind of fits it because it's like, oh, you're supposed to see the menu, and then you scroll down. Like this menu is pretty basic options. Menu also is variable as far as what kind of content you're going to be seeing. So now let's go. All right, here we go. So we don't need to look at this 404 anymore. We need to look at this tags page, tags.html. And I guess we can pull out that account page because we're going to probably be inspired by it, if not copying it completely in some regard. But there is that tags page, huh? How about that tags page? How about it? Oh, okay. So this seems like just good code right here. Overall, good HTML code. And then overall, this stuff is kind of weak. Really? That's all it takes to create a tag? It's that simple? Okay, wait. We're going to need to just copy the whole thing then. Somehow. Okay. We're going to copy all of this. Put it in a new file. It's called tags2.html. Okay. So then let's just compare kind of what the basic thing is. So the first thing the header is going to do is it's going to say tags. That's pretty reasonable. Okay. We're like halfway there almost. All right. And then there's going to be all this stuff, right? So the content of this thing is actually this. Okay. Easy enough. Okay. What? Wait a minute. Wait. Tags 2. We want to have the same stuff as the... Oh, wait, did I like... That was stupid. Didn't mean to delete all that. Okay. Now we go to this page. Refresh it. What? Oh, because it's the exact same. This one looks a little bit different. Okay, we want to go to tags 2. Tags 2. All right, this looks almost the exact same, except it doesn't implement the features we need it to. So this module is going to kind of do similar stuff, but then it's also at the bottom. All this is just stuff that it adds. Mint, edit, create, modify field. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Let's just see if we get any errors. Let's see what happens. Shift F5. No, HTML 41. There's an error. Error 41. Footer count. What the heck? I know. Okay. 41. ETH address that enter HTML. Okay. Because that's not that's reasonable. Okay, what happens if we go here? Is there all right. Get undefined new value. Wait, whatever happened to tags 2? That's where I'm just where I'm trying to go. Tags2.html. Right? Is this is what I want. And there's tags2.html, tags2 at 41. Yeah, because this is just a bland tags page. Yeah, I don't see why this would even attempt to be relevant here. Okay. Oh, so there'll probably be some other stuff that's irrelevant. That would make sense if there was. Okay, let's just save this and then new value at tags2html1. Does it work? Golf. Nothing happens. Whereas, if I go here, tags not type in golf, it would do that, right? Okay. So something is not reading in the event handler, right? I'm pressing on this golf here. Nothing's happening. So there must be something with that mint tag button. Mint tag. Okay. Okay, so then there's this mint tag button. Counts tag name equals new tag name dot value, right? Create tag name. Create tag. What the? All right, create tag. Tag contract equals this. Signer tag contract dot create tag name. Why would this be a problem? Why would this not work? So this mint tag button, as I understand it, this mint tag button should be running, right? Log Hi. Alrighty. Let me just do one of these guys. Check, emit tag, sanity check, and sanity check, and this thing doesn't run. So, emit tag button, okay, because the console log and the tags 2 would be here. No, I'm in the wrong freaking thing, aren't I? Okay. Emit tag button. Right? So, okay. Alright, tags 2, emit tag. What in the heck? What in the actual heck? Why is that not working? Document.get element by ID, emit tag button, click, tag name, create tags. Okay, Okay. Because it's all in an async. Some bullshit like that. Document.get element by ID. Huh. I guess because this is like regular JavaScript. This is all in a module? Or what? How? Oh, man. We're going to fail here? I don't feel like continuing like this. We can't go on like this. Not like this. All right. We don't know why. We don't know why. Tags 2 seemingly does not care that I'm pressing that button. Whereas this thing does. So I'm just going to need to, take this and I'm just going to need to adjust it so that this thing's in a container, really. That's all I actually have to do is just put this in a container. Say div class equals container, right? And it'll just go into one. So let me just be like, hey, oh, by the way, div class equals container. And I think that's just going to do 99% of the work. So let's go to tags 1. Okay, shift tags, golf, emit tag. Okay, it actually works. All right, so we have some more consistency here. We do have these buttons. We could just go out and style them. That'd be a good idea. My tags. We have buttons, right? We got button IDs. We got these button IDs. Button edit tag button. Class. Are these the classes or what? Edit tag button. ID equals. What about class equals? ID equals class equals. How about that? Class also equals edit tag button. And then we have a button where emit tag button. Class equals edit tag button. And then let's get at our fonts, our styles. Our style siren alarm. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. And let's just go where the money is, right? And let's just make it bold. Why not? S equals mint. Okay. Yeah. 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 Woo. Big boys. There we go. They kind of stand out less, I think, in my opinion. But I'm stupid, so can't trust my opinion. Anyway, it kind of does add for some inconsistency, I do believe, as far as like you go here and it's like this. This is like the one thing that's not like that. What is the ID? Do you have send tokens button? That didn't work. Okay. Are we sure that's what it's called? The ID equals send tokens button. Whereas this is like not including a comma, so really hard to really be the judge here. But at the end of the day, we do see that this is the send tokens button, and this thing does not work. All right, so we're gonna have to live with that for now. Thank you everybody who watched live. If you're watching this recording, you're weird. Alrighty.